everyone, Virtual World Voyager here, and welcome back to the complete walkthrough for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Part 17. Picking up from last time, we finished exploring Zora's domain, got some side quests, shrine quests, we finished our Zora armor, we also got this really cool Vah Divine Helm, and with that we can get back to freeing the Divine Beasts. The next one that we're going to go and confront is Vah Naboris, and for that we will need to talk to the Gerudo folks. And the path we will be taking is we will first go here to activate the tower to unlock the Faron region. Then we will go and unlock the tower for this region here, the Lake Tower. And then the Wasteland Tower to unlock this region here. And then finally go talk to the Gerudo folks. So in this part, we will be focusing on unlocking the Faron Tower. To get a good vantage point to pinpoint the tower, we're going to head to this shrine here on the Great Plateau. This is where we got our stasis rune, and it will give us an excellent vantage point to find the Faron Tower. Let's get rid of this guy here. Looks like we got attacked by some skeleton bokoblins. Alright, here we go. And alright, we've taken care of them. Now to find our tower. Let's look in this direction. So here you can see two towers. The further tower that we need to activate, this one here, this is the Faron Tower. This is where we will be going today. The next tower here, this is the Lake Tower. This is what will unlock this region here. So we'll focus on that later. You can see we've pinpointed the correct tower. And in order to get there, we're going to travel to the Hateno Tower. And then from there, we are going to journey to the Faron Tower. So let's head over here. Okay, now before we jump off the Hateno Tower, let's do a quick weapons check. Okay, I'm okay with the Knight's Halberd. Soldier's Bow's fine. Plain arrows, okay. Lionel Shield, fine. I'm actually going to switch back to the Hylian Tunic and the Hylian Trousers. I'm going to keep the Vah Divine Helm, even though it's one defensive point less than our Hylian Hood. The reason being, if you guys noticed in the last video when we were fighting monsters, it told us their health, so it gives us a good idea of how many strikes we would need to take in order to defeat them. So I like that functionality, so I will keep the Vah helm. Right, from here, let's go ahead and jump on off. I see some moblins down there, but we're just going to paraglide over them for now. Alright, we're almost at the edge of the Hateno region, you can see from our map. And a couple of choo-choos here. There's a giant ox or cow over there. Ooh. Bigger choo-choo, you can see like these that each have a health of 20. 2 strikes, and that's enough to kill them with our Knight's Halberd, because remember it has a strength of 13. Alright, let's grab all that. And head in this direction here. Oh, I see a bokoblin there hiding in the trees. He has not seen us yet. So let's see if we can get closer before we attack him. Again, he has a health of 72. Might take quite a few strikes, but there we go. I see another one over there. And down he goes. Alright, let's grab spoils there. I see another Pokemon there, but I'm just going to leave him be and head this way. Alright, let's take this tunnel. Again, it's going to be a little bit harder to navigate because we don't know the easiest path to take to get to the tower, but we can make do. Alright, another choo-choo down. So let's try to climb that rock formation and climb up that way so that we can get a good view of the terrain and see where we can paraglide and so on. Right, we're almost at the top of this rock formation, and then we can just work our way higher and higher. And then if we find a good travel place to jump off of, we can do that and paraglide over. You can see there's a giant dragon over there. Be careful of him. If you get too close, he can shock you. So, and then you would take damage and fall. And if you're high enough, you can take a lot of damage. So just be wary of him. Ooh, we got some raw gourmet meat. This prized cut of meat is usually for a large animal. Any connoisseur would rank this tender, juicy cut of meat gourmet. Expect any exquisite meal when cooking with this. Expect any exquisite meal, alright? And we got some raw prime meat as well. Let's jump on. Careful of the thunder as well. And lightning, so let's switch to a weapon that won't get us electrocuted. So our soldier's bow is fine, and let's switch to the guardian shield, and I think we should be okay. Alright, and there's a bridge right there, so let's aim for that bridge. This is the little lightning balls that I was talking about. If you get struck by one, you will be taking quite a bit of damage. Alright, let's go ahead and land here. There's another ox or cow. He tried charging us. Alright, he ran off. We'll just let him be. Okay, so we've made it to a stable. The Lakeside Stable. Before we start talking to the folks here, we can see that our shrine detector is going off. So let's go ahead and find that shrine. Let's take that Traveler's Bow. Oh, it's getting stronger, and you can see the crumbly rock over there. Some Hyrule herb, sorry. And there is the shrine. So let's go ahead and examine here. Alright, let's go on in. So this shrine's trial is called Halt the Tilt. And you can see there is a seesaw-like platform. So if you were to climb this, you won't be able to get to the top. So in order to make these platforms work for you, what you need to do is you need to switch to the stasis room. Go ahead and put them on stasis, and then you'll be able to climb to the top. And we can see another one of those seesaw platforms here. For this, we're going to need to wait first for our stasis power to reactivate. You can see the timer below. Right, it's available. Now we can go ahead and use it. Okay. Treasure chest. We got a traveler's sword, a very common sword often kept by travelers to fend off small beasts. It's fairly durable, but a bit unreliable against monsters. Our inventory is full. Let's see if we have any weapons that were... Yeah, so our knight's halberd has seen better days. So let's go ahead and switch that out for the traveler's sword. Alright, and the stasis here is done. Let's wait for the powers to regenerate. In the meantime, let's move the seesaw platform to the other side. And we can go and activate it again. And here we go. There's the end of the shrine. And you can see here, this is a dual seesaw platform. And from here, you can also see that there is a treasure chest up there. But you'll notice that neither one of the seesaw platforms will get it for you. So what we need to do is use our Magnesis rune. And you can see we're able to reach the treasure chest from here. So we're going to use that to grab the treasure chest here. And walk on over to the first seesaw platform like so. And get into position here. And lift the treasure chest high up. And position it well. And then when we drop it, it will cause us to, you know, get catapulted over. Fortunately, I didn't position it exactly right for when we drop the treasure chest. So let's attempt it again. So I want to stand here in the middle. And we're going to position this maybe here this time. And that's as high up as we can get the treasure chest. Let's go ahead and drop it. And there we go. Let's go ahead and open that. Right, we got an ancient court. This crystal was made using lost technology. At one time, it was the power source for ancient machines. This item is very valuable for researchers. Right, let's go ahead and put that in our inventory. And from here, you can actually just go ahead and use stasis. And then we can attempt to just paraglide on over and run across before the stasis wears off. And now we're at the end of the shrine. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you this spirit orb. So we got one spirit orb. Remember, we just used the last one last. May the goddess smile upon you. We just used the last of the spirit orbs last time to get a stamina vessel. So now we have one spirit orb. Okay, and with that, let's go ahead and talk to the folks of the Lakeside Stable. We can talk to this guy here. Hey, I don't believe I've made your acquaintance. The name's Beetle, but you can call me... Actually, let's just stick with Beetle. But even if you forget my face, you can remember me by my beetle-shaped backpack. Wow! Despite these dangerous times, you'll find me traveling all over Hyrule to fulfill your shopping needs. I stock many special bugs and must-have items for travelers, and I always charge a fair price, or my name's not Beetle. I also buy all sorts of things if you're in need of rupees. Gemstones in particular fetch a high price. So we can see what he's got, but we're not going to purchase anything today. So he has some arrows, a thunderwing butterfly. We've never seen this one before. So a thunderwing butterfly. This rare butterfly only shows itself when it rains. The organs in its body produce an insulating compound. When made into an elixir, it offers electrical resistance. And then our high-tailed lizard we've found previously, and then the tireless frog. So we're just going to say no thank you. Thanks for business. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again soon. And then we can talk to this old man here. Hey, Muddy. Hey, buddy. Muddy. Sorry. All right. Hey, buddy. Got a map? I have one. So on this map of yours, do you see dueling peaks to the north of here? Well, apparently that used to be just one mountain a really long time ago. The legend says a dragon god split the mountain in half to forge a way through, and that's how it went from 1 to 2. Recently, some are even saying they've seen the shadow of a large creature on the surface of Lake Floria. I wonder if any of that is true. Alright, and then here's the attendant for the stable. Let's go talk to people inside. Nobody inside. One other interesting thing about stables is they have like a recipe poster here that you can do. So like, for example, this one seems like an apple pie. So it has the ingredients, 5 ingredients, and you can make an apple pie. Rumor Mill Volume 6. Let's go ahead and read it. Treyas here, bringing you the latest news and gossip from morning to night. Glowing blue bunny. A long time ago, there was a skilled hunter. On the way back from a hunt, he saw a light moving in the darkness. Without hesitation, he fired an arrow towards it, and where it had been, he found a bunch of rupees. From that day forward, whenever he saw a similar light, he would fire an arrow at it. He always found rupees where his target had been, and grew quite rich. Or so the story goes. I bet you think this is just a myth, right? Then what do you say about all the people who claim to have seen a glowing blue bunny in the forest lately? You probably say, oh, Tracy, thank you for writing Volume 6. Sound about right. You should say that because the blue bunny is the light the hunter saw. Finding it means finding lots and lots of rupees. I can't endorse this bit of gossip enough. Tracy's recommendation is 5 stars. Wait, I don't know how to use a bow and arrow. That really puts a damper on things. Tracy's recommendation, 1 star. Alright. There's some horses here. Oh, and a lady here. Oh dear, oh dear. Lightning strikes the stable so often, I get nervous whenever it rains even a little. I just don't understand why it strikes so often. Hey, it's a long shot, but if you could have some time, could you find out why? I say, leave it to me. You say, you will? Really? I'm so happy. I'm counting on you. So with that, we got the Thunder Magnet side quest. Kaima, I think it's pronounced. Kaima is feeling really gloomy, likely because of the lightning. Lakeside Stable seems to attract lightning strikes constantly, and Kaima has asked you to figure out why. So, from previous experiences, the reason that there is lightning is due to some metallic weapon. So you can see from here, there is actually an axe at the head of the stable. So let's climb this and then paraglide on over, and removing the axe should do the trick. Alright. Can I reach? No. Alright, so we're going to have to paraglide on over and then climb this slowly. I think we have enough stamina to reach the top if we go into space. Alright, and it's a woodcutter's axe, but we don't have any space. Let's just use our magnesis rune here. Go ahead and drop it onto the ground. And if we open up the adventure log, it turns out the lightning was drawn to Lakeside Stable because of a metal weapon stuck on top of the building. Head back to Kaima and let her know. Alright. And we're back. There she is. What? You found out what's drawing the lightning here? It was a metal axe. Ah, yes, that's as good as a lightning rod, isn't it? I wonder if someone put it up there on purpose. How strange. Thanks for looking into it for me. Here's something for your trouble. So we got a rubber helm. A helmet made from ancient techniques and electricity-resistant material. It's made from something called rubber, material that can no longer be found. I can finally relax. Alright, and we have one more person we can talk to here. Do you think that waterfall flowing down from Lake Floria is the very picture of perfection? There's something strange at the top of the waterfall, though. Climb the ladder on the watchtower and take a peek. You'll probably need a telescope or something for a good look. Alright, let's climb on up. I believe he's referring to the dragon, but we can take a look. Yeah, most likely he was referring to the dragon because I don't see anything strange. Alright, with that, we've talked to all the folks of Lakeside Stable. Let's get back to getting to the Faron Tower. So let's take this path down here. And if we take a quick peek at our map, we're almost there. Run a little bit. I can see the glowing tower from here. There it is. So we can paraglide over and climb up that way. Alright. Oh, and there's a wizrobe. So let's switch to a bit of a stronger bow. Alright, I'm happy with the weapon we have. Right, we got a good headshot in. Ah. The Guardian's sword broke and we took a bit of damage from that electric Kisi. I'm gonna see if I can actually just throw the Guardian's spear from here. There we go. We broke our spear, but we also took down the Wizrobe. So let's equip our Knight's Broadsword here. I also see a whole bunch of PCs still flying about. Alright, let's get the remote bomb ready. Alright, that seemed to scare them off. Are they coming back again? Alright, let's hit them with a flame arrow this time. That should have scared them off. Okay. Alright, let's collect the spoils. And I'm actually going to switch to the Traveler Sword real quick because I want to break or move these slabs. So let's use the Stasis Rune. Alright, that should do it. I can see a whole bunch of mushrooms hiding underneath. So. Nice. Good stuff. Mushrooms there. Mighty Thistle. I also see another slab here. I think I need to hit it from the other direction. Let's try it from this direction. That should do it. Alright, and let's see what we got. It's a gust of air. Okay. That will be helpful in a second. You'll understand why. And there's another slab here. Alright, we broke our Traveler's Sword, but that's okay. Wasn't enough. Okay. Let's use the Zora Sword. We must wait for it to regenerate before we can use Stasis again. That should be good. Alright. And we got a Soldier's Claymore. Okay, I will take it. And there is another slab here. Another puff of air. That's also good. There's 2 more slabs, so let's remove those as well. There's just some Kisi. But unfortunately we did not hit the slab enough. So let's equip our Soldier's Claymore here. Okay, it was just a Kisi that was hiding under there. And last one. I do see a treasure chest, so that's nice. treasure chest is 100 rupees. Okay, very nice. I'll take that. Now, to get to the top of the tower. So if you look, you'll see that the very first foothold is quite high up, and we won't be able to just climb up to it with the amount of stamina we have. But if we were to use these gusts of wind and our paraglider, it will take us quite high. I'm actually going to use the other one over there so that I can come get to the top of that cliff and come from above. So let's climb up here. Okay. There's also some Lizalfos there, so let's switch to the Knight's Broadsword from the Soldier's Claymore. Okay. Got a Lizzle Spear, some Lizalfo Horn, Lizzle Boomerang. Okay, and there's some fruit here. Got a hardy durian. This fruit's mighty odor has earned it the nickname King of Fruits. It offers immense restorative powers. Dishes cooked with it will temporarily increase your maximum heart. Let's take a few of those. Apparently our weapons are full. Okay, that's fine. Alright, and you can see from here we can fly over to the foothold over there. I am going to eat a little something so that in case we get sneak attacked, we'll be okay. So we'll have a meat skewer and an apple for dessert. Alright, let's paraglide on over. Alright. And from here, we can just climb up to the tower. I'm going to slow climb just to make sure I have enough stamina to get to the top. That, let's go ahead and examine here and activate the Faron Tower. Sheikah Tower activated. Scanning area. Regional map extracted. So now the Faron region has been unlocked for us. This seems like a good stopping point. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like this video as well as subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for part 18.